simple fundamentals for most important aspects of meditation. So in this video, I want to discuss, some very simple basics, and they actually just few, 1, 2, 3 in number, right? And it's a lot of people, they get confused and they do a lot of complicated things. Yes, I mean, I respect every school of thought and everything that they do. There are benefits to it, but not to detract from what's the fundamentals. I'm in this now for almost 50 years practicing, and reached multiple Saamadhi states, right? Awakening experience, multiple throughout my life. My first Kundalini awakening experience was like decades ago, and so forth. So I can give my perspective. What I believe is very simple. If you just know that, and it's going to make your life much easier as well. You don't have to go through big difficulties and try to force things to work. If you do these simple basics, I'll discuss that in this video today. So I would like to ask you a big favor. If you like the contents of my video, please don't forget to also like and subscribe if you haven't already, because this is going to greatly help my channel to be able to reach out to more people. And if you drop a comment, I would love to hear from you. And if you could share this with your favorite social media channels, that would be a super duper greatest favor I would very highly appreciate, right? Optional extra. For those of you who don't know me, I am Osman. I am hashtag the blind Muslim yogi. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments. An amazing offer that I have is a 10-minute anxiety fix for just $5, less than the price of a Starbucks coffee, and delivered to you instantly, telepathically, anywhere globally. Pay only after it works. And if you can't afford my treatments in any of my protocols, you can pay what you can afford. And if you can afford nothing, I will not deny you treatment because you can't afford, right? So the treatment is on me. Okay. For contact information, visit my website, yogawellness786.com. I'm also a advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching now for 46 years. In that period, I've studied under various great masters from different schools of thought, from different cultures and across the globe, from the Far East, the Middle East, the West, and including the scientific communities. And that inspired me to create my own unique protocols, making them more adapted for the 21st century, quicker, faster, easier, more time efficient, and results oriented. To that end, I now have students in over 100 countries, and my favorite protocol is my 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free by visiting my website, yogawellness786.com, and where you can also get more information about my services. Also, remember, my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So, coming back to the easy protocols for meditation, it's most people cannot sit cross-legged. There are advantages. It's going to help you to sit cross-legged, and I would encourage you from the beginning to practice it, right? Because as you're becoming advanced, when the Kundalini awakens, it's a very heavy energy. It helps you to stabilize your body and to be able to withstand that high level, that you don't fall off. Because if you're just sitting on a couch or sitting on a chair and that energy, don't be afraid, you're not going to just easily, generally speaking, easily awaken. But when you're stable in your posture and your legs are locked correctly, you'll be able to handle the initial levels. And when you go to the higher levels, where you lose total consciousness, physical consciousness of your body, and have an OBE, or out of body experience, where you're conscious but you can't feel your body anymore, and you're above. Your body needs to be stable so it doesn't fall. It must have a stable thing. So that's the second thing, that it helps, the sitting position. And the secret to that is, because I couldn't sit cross-legged, I used to meditate on a couch until the Kundalini. I mean, many times I experienced it and I fell and I nearly hurt myself many times, right? I could have cracked my skull open. I was unconscious for a while as well. I don't even know how long, and because it was multiple occasions, come to, you can't even speak for about an hour, no words. You open your mouth, words are not even coming, and so forth, right? So you need to learn to sit cross-legged with time, right? And I would say give yourself 2 to 5 years to learn it, but on a daily basis, when you sit down, just easy sit like an easy cross-legged position for a few seconds, right? And start meditating minimum 2 minutes, right, a day, and slowly grow it with time, right? This is step one. And then when your legs are paining, uncross it and continue your meditation, and then when you feel you're going to you can recross it later, you can, but just leave it uncrossed, right? So the time at which the pain point that you can't endure anymore, or it becomes uncomfortable or distracting, in your meditation, will start gradually increasing. And it took me about 2 years before I was able to sit comfortably, normal cross-legged for an hour. And then I attempted to do the more advanced cross-legged, which is Siddhasana. And this is, I knew its importance when I learned how to control the Kundalini energy, right? So I would suggest Siddhasana as a second after Sukhasana, right? The easy, like how I'm sitting, this is Sukhasana. Siddhasana is you bring your right, according to the Yoga Sutras, right? Bring your right heel to your perineum, right? Between your private parts, right? Touching your perineum where the root chakra is located in your perineum. It's like a dot there, right? Like a pinpoint. And then you bring your left leg, your heel, to just above, your private parts and touching your, just below your navel, right? And you drop it down and you push your toes between the calf muscles and your thigh of your right leg, right across, and you got the left down. And this stability helps in handling the energy, because when I'm doing energy healing, energy is so severe in me, and it's like it can shake you. But when you got yourself crossed like that, you can handle the energy. You don't start convulsing and so forth, because some people lose control when the Kundalini energy hits them, and the body starts like gyrating and convulsing uncontrollably and going to the floor. But this prevents that, right? So this is the posture is important, and the second level, right? So you don't have to try to do it overnight. Give yourself 2 to 5 years, slowly, as you adjust, right? And maybe it's like almost impossible, but slowly, 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 right? Try it. Maybe you can only do it like for a few seconds only, then it's okay, and then slowly you go more and more. But in Sukhasana, easy. Once you can hold this naturally, and I'm not saying go and meditate for an hour, maximum 20 minutes is sufficient, right? For beginner level, right? And intermediate level, like 1 hour twice a day, right? Intermediate level. Advanced level is 8 to 12 hours, right? Upwards. I'm sorry to say that, but anyway, that's how it is, right? And there's reasons of for that. So the other thing which is very important is, this is, I would say, everything is Dhyan Mudra, right? If you don't practice the cross-legged, you sit comfortably in the couch, right? Your legs like normal, and you're sitting with your back like, well, not like crazily upright, just comfortably upright, right? Comfortably upright. And you hold Dhyan Mudra, your index finger and your thumb to touch, your other three fingers just stretched, like stretched out very tight, just like outward, right? Relaxed, because you have to be relaxed. And then you face your palms upward, and place the back of your palms on either thigh, the front part of the thigh, or a little bit further. If you open your arms out more, it helps the energy to flow. It doesn't block the energy, because you got energy centers, 114 energy centers, right, in your body. So by keeping your arms like down, right, both elbows down, you close the energy center in your armpits. You prevent the energy from flowing smoothly throughout your body. So you want to keep all the energy centers open. So you flare your hands out comfortably in front, right? And holding like that. Not like very rigid. You have to be very important is to be relaxed. So I would say the most important thing is this. So you don't have to fight with trying to control your mind. You can just be relaxed. Your mind is jumping around. It's no problem, because this automatically, as you're advancing with time, This could take decades, it could take a couple of years, it could take a couple of weeks, couple of months, whatever. But this is going to fast forward. Whatever time it's going to, if it's normally going to take you 10 years, it's going to take you 2 years by doing this. It's going to charge you, cut it, or maybe even take 1 year, maybe even 6 months. It's a dramatic change. So what happens in the advanced level with us, who's on the advanced levels of meditation, soon as I touch, I feel the energy surging up my spine and filling my head and going up, to the seventh chakra and, filling the energy there. But there's a subtle energy center above your palate and slightly to the back, more or less where the pineal gland is situated, but it's not a physical, it's a subtle. So let's say you want to energize your pineal gland. That makes it easier for everyone, right? When you energize your pineal gland. But there's a subtle energy, that's what you need to energize, right? The Kundalini energy is designed for that. So when people are having this adverse Kundalini experiences and all that, is because they're not yet ready for that energy, and the energy goes to unblock all these things because they're having normal lifestyle habits of drugs and addictions and promiscuity, and they don't believe in being good and thing, and they don't have any worshipping bone. And I'm not saying people should become religious, because Buddhists, uh, they follow good principles, right? They don't believe in any god or anything. They believe that you will in different levels of perfection, and you reach the highest level of perfection where you become godlike, right? That's their interpret. Well, I don't agree with that interpretation. I do believe that you reach that level, but not that you are God, right? God is, I believe in a God, right? I'm a theist, right? And he's far above that, because how can God forget that he is and become human? And he forgot, and he got bad memory. Uh, it like go against the meaning of it, but just that the Buddha said he never experienced anything like a God beyond the perfection of himself only. Never experienced something more or a separate entity that he could identify as a God entity, right? That's what he stated, right? Never say there is no God, right? He just gave according to his experience. So people interpret that, in different ways. So importantly, this and the energy flows up. That's the purpose. You need the energy. So you need to, number two, visualize that which is supposed to happen. Start visualizing that there's the energy from your root chakra or from the base of your spine. It's rising up. You feel like a thin thread of like magnetic energy flowing in an upward direction and just filling your head, right? Right? Just imagine it's filling your head. That's it. Just visualize it. By visualizing that, you are increasing the time to reach advanced level where you're automatically going to feel that, by default, exponentially, because it works with the mind. The subtle energies works with the power of the mind. You think and it happens. How do I do telepathic healing? Through the mind. I think and I want to heal the person instantly, whether the person in front of me or is whatever distance. There's like no difference, right? In the healing, I try to see if there's any difference. That maybe telepathic is higher is possible, or the thing. No, but not everything can be healed telepathically. Like energy massage, there are certain hard knots in your body that need me to knead it out. That's been there for decades, and that can't be done telepathically as easily as when I'm doing it, physically, as well. So let's come back to the very easy practical is this mudra, right? Okay, let's just say this is number one. I just mentioned the cross because that's just to for completeness purpose, right? But most important is the mudra. This and a little bit forward, arms like the armpits are slightly open to not block any. That's and just close your eyes and totally relax. Focus to relax. Tell yourself, like physically, before you meditate, I'm having a time out from my problems. Yes, I know the problems. I know your mind wants to resolve it, but just a time out from everything and want to be relaxed. And of course, your mind going to keep jumping like a monkey and running around. Nevertheless, don't worry. Just keep remember, like easy for most of my students. I'm teaching now it's 46 years, right? From all the methods that are available, they prefer very easy to focus the mind on observing the breathing. Now you're breathing in, and now you not to manipulate your breathing, just to observe what's happening, that you're just either breathing in or breathing out, right? That you're breathing in and observe the in breath and observe the out breath. That's it, right? And your mind runs, just keep it, bring it back to the breath, right? You do that. So now, easiest thing is number one, mudra. Number two, visualize the energy coming up your spine, filling your head, right? Like a thin thread, and then it's filling your head fully, right? The energy. And number three, after the visualization, what did I say, right? Um, I cannot even remember. I'm getting so involved with it. But basically 1, 2, 3. It must be just 1 and 2, right? Holding this and visualize the energy coming up to your head, and focus your attention on the breath. Number 3, right? Because this is all observing your breath, right? Number 3. This is it. 1, 2, 3. Right? That's all you need to do, and you can reach the highest level. I had Samadhi experiences. I couldn't sit cross-legged. I was like normal, and I had Samadhi experience sitting on a chair, sitting on a couch, sitting on a bench, with the with mantra, with the meditation, sitting in a prayer service, and boom, suddenly, you get so energized by the song and the worshipful song, and you just boom unconscious. So not that this one method, multiple methods can work. You don't have to sit and do meditation and all that. If you're a worshipful person, actually with meditation and so forth, there is no guarantee of moksha or liberation or so forth. And it may, according to the yogic sciences, take multiple lifetimes, and they believe in the theory of reincarnation and so forth, right? And in the Judeo-Christian religions, once you accept, you make an attestation of your faith, you become baptized or you take the oath, whatever it is, for that Judeo-Christian, like Muslim or Christian or Jewish, you are already liberated. So you are practicing bhakti yoga, right? And you recommended to help your brothers, help your neighbors, try to be charitable, tithing, a percentage of your salary for good deeds and so forth. And this is karma yoga. So these two things, um, sufficient. So if you're practicing, you don't have to worry whether you're going to have moksha or not. You already got moksha, right? With that. So, and the 1, 2, 3 is Dhyan Mudra, very important, right? And focus your attention on your breathing and visualize the energy flowing up your head and filling your head. And nothing more than that until you reach the highest level, reaching enlightenment level, right? And I've studied this very deeply, and I've tried to always find simplified ways to teach people so that they don't have to be wasting time with a lot of things. Yes, I mean, you can do whatever you want to, but I want to give you what's the core, not to leave out, and what's going to enhance you as quick as possible, or give you the maximum possible benefit, right? With the least possible effort. So I hope that information helps you. Take care of yourself.